Hey, what's up everybody? The February leaks are here, and in this video, I'm going to go over everything you need to know for the month of February. I'm going to go over all the selection boxes, the pickup capsules, and all of the new Tsums that we're going to get. So let's get into it and take a look at the events that we're going to have in the month of February. So to start things off, we're going to have our main event, and it's going to be Make Cupcakes. This event is going to be split up into two different parts, and we're going to get the first set through the fourth set starting on February the 3rd. And then 7 days later, we're going to get part 2, which will likely be a total of 3 additional sets, maybe 2, and that's going to start on February the 10th. And then at the end of the month, we're going to get our sticker book event. And this sticker book event, you'll only be able to play if you have this month's new Tsum, which will come out in the month of February. So try to get at least one copy of the new Tsums if you want to play the sticker book event. And before I go any further, if you guys are enjoying this type of content where I review Tsums, do monthly leaks, or go over the selection box and pickup capsules, please consider subscribing to this channel. Your subscription is greatly appreciated. And if you guys are looking for a community of Tsum Tsum players, you might also be interested in my Discord server. On the Discord server, you can ask for help, trade hearts, discuss different characters to use, strategies, or just talk about the game in general. You can scan this QR code on the screen to join the Discord server. I will also have invite links in the video description down below as well. Alright, so now let's take a look at the new Tsums for the month of February. So in the month of February, we're going to get the Twisted Wonderland series, and these are going to be the third set of the new Tsums. And these Tsums are going to be broken up into two different parts mainly. The first part, we're going to get 3 new Tsums, and then in the middle of the month, we're going to get 2 more, and then at the end of the month, we're going to get all 5. So let's take a closer look at all of the lucky times. And here in the first premium box, we're going to get Beans Camo, Gala Couture Kalim, and this is going to be our charm Tsum, and then Ceremonial Robes Grim. So let's take a look at Beans Camo's ability description. His ability description is charges the skill gauge a bit more than usual when you clear glowing Vil Tsums that sometimes appear. So the objective here is try to clear these glowing one because you will get the special effect which will charge your skill gauge a lot faster, allowing you to activate more abilities per game. And then for Gala Couture Kalim, this is going to be our charm Tsum, so it's going to be a lot easier to activate abilities as well because it is a charm Tsum. And his ability is going to be clear Tsums in the shape of an X and in a vertical line. So usually these burst Tsums are really effective, so I'm really excited to see these two new Tsums. And then finally, for the Ceremonial Robes Grim, his ability description is clear Tsums from the bottom of the screen, so a bottom clearing Tsum. So likely not going to be as good as Gala Couture Kalim and Beans Camo. Those two are likely going to be the better one of the 3, but we'll have to see when they get released. Alright, so moving on to the middle of the month, we're going to get our other 2 new Tsums. First one being Jamil Viper, and his ability description is Jamil's Tsums appear that clear surrounding Tsums for big points when connected. So likely this Tsum is not going to be a Tsum you'll be using to get a lot of coins, but instead if you have him at level 50, it could be a viable Tsum to get a high score. As for Rook Hunt, his ability description is tap the screen to clear Tsums around where you aim. So his ability will require you to tap the screen during the animation or during the skill. And generally for these type of skills, I don't really like these because you do have to do additional work during the skill. And I typically like burst Tsums more than any other type of skill. Alright, moving on to our first selection box, and I forgot to mention this month is going to be really heavy on the Twisted Wonderland series. There's going to be a lot of Tsums in here that are Twisted Wonderland series focused. So this is going to be our Twisted Wonderland only box, and all of these Tsums here are going to be from the Twisted Wonderland series. So if you missed out on the first and second release of the Twisted Wonderland series, here you are, another chance to get the Twisted Wonderland series Tsums. Starting with Grim, Riddle Rosehearts, Leona Kingscholar, Azul Ashengrotto, Kalim Al-Asim, Vil Schoenheit, Idia Shroud, Crowley, The Dark Mirror, Malleus Draconia, Jade Leech, Floyd Leech, Trappola, and Deuce Spade. So this selection box is going to be really heavy on the Tsums. There's 14 different types of Tsums you could get in here. So if you are trying to get a specific one in here, unfortunately your odds are going to be a little bit lower. But out of all 14 of these Tsums, I would highly recommend trying to get Leona Kingscholar. It's a really effective Tsum, but all of these Tsums are actually pretty fun. So if you are looking for fun Tsums to play with, this is a really good selection box to try to get. Especially if you are a Twisted Wonderland series Tsum fan, then this is going to be your selection box that you want to get. But in terms of effectiveness, Leona Kingscholar is a really good one, so try to get that one if you can. Moving on to our second selection box, and in this second selection box we will have a total of 4 top 100 Tsums in here, so let's take a look at the 12. We will have Infernal Maleficent Dragon, Evil Queen Magic Mirror, Sea Witch Ursula, Chernabog, Stylish Cruella, Wild Gaston, Cobra Jafar, Angry Hades, Scar, Cruella de Vil, Dr. Felicier, Lady Tremaine, and so there's going to be a total of 12 Tsums instead of 14 like you saw in the first selection box. Now, out of these 12 Tsums, not all of them are going to be great. There is one Tsum in here that's going to be good for missions, and that's going to be Wild Gaston. Wild Gaston is a good Tsum to use for big bubble or big Tsum missions. So if you are looking for a Tsum that turns big during the ability time, then you definitely want to get Wild Gaston. Unfortunately, the rest of them aren't going to be good for mission, but the good news is there are some good Tsums in here that are good for coins. So some of those include Sea Witch Ursula, Cobra Jafar, Evil Queen Mirror, and this is going to be our pair Tsum, and Infernal Magnificent Dragon. So those are going to be the 4 that you want to keep an eye out for. And then finally, in the last selection box, we're going to get another 12 Tsum, starting with Masquerade Belle, Masquerade Cinderella, Masquerade Meg, Charm Jasmine, Charm Piglet, Parade Tinkerbell, Vanellope, Ember, Socks, Isabella, Wart, and Surprise Elsa. So in this selection box, there are some good Tsums in here that you definitely want to pay attention to. There's going to be a total of 5 top 100 Tsums in here. And just like the second selection box, none of these Tsums are really particularly any good for missions, with the exception of Parade Tinkerbell, who is good for bubble missions. So if you need a bubble maker, then Parade Tinkerbell is going to be the one you want to get. Now, if you are going for coins, there are 5 options in here. Like I mentioned, there's going to be a total of 5 top 100 Tsums in here. So the ones you want to keep an eye out for is going to be Wart, Socks, Masquerade Belle, Charm Jasmine, and Isabella. These 5 Tsums are going to be top 100, so if you are looking for a coin earner, then you definitely want to try to aim for these 5. Alright, now shifting gears to the pickup capsules. And this first pickup capsule is a pretty unique one. I haven't seen a pickup capsule where there is a total of 8 Tsums in one pickup capsule, so very unique. In this pickup capsule, we're going to get 1 copy of Lovely Tinkerbell, 1 copy of Valentine Mini, 1 copy of Valentine Daisy, 2 copies of Steamboat Mickey, 2 copies of Festival Donald, 3 copies of Beast, 3 copies of Belle, and 2 copies of Sully. Now, just like any other pickup capsule, if you are able to get all 15 copies of these Tsums and clearing the entire pickup capsule, you will get the last prize, which is that skill ticket. And in order for you to do that, you will need a total of 450,000 coins. So if you have 450,000 coins saved up, I do recommend you to try to get this entire pickup capsule because you will get that last prize. Now, this pickup capsule is pretty good for missions. If you are looking for a big Tsum maker, then you definitely want to try to get Lovely Tinkerbell. And Lovely Tinkerbell is also good for bubble missions as well. And if you are looking for a combo Tsum, then Festival Donald is what you want to use. And if you are looking for a coin maker, Beast is going to be the best one. And Beast is also pretty easy to use as well. It's also one of the Tsums that has a really quick animation, so you can get through a lot of games relatively quickly and earns a decent amount of coins. And then finally, we have our last pickup capsule, and this pickup capsule we're going to get a total of 6 different Tsums. We're going to get 1 copy of Kita, 2 copies of Happy Anna, 3 copies of Elena, 3 copies of Photographer Dumbo, 3 copies of Jack Jack, and 3 copies of Judge Frollo. And just like the second pickup capsule, if you are able to get the last prize, I would definitely recommend you to try to get that. None of these Tsums are particularly any good for coins, and actually none of these are in the top 100. The highest one is going to be Elena, which is going to come in at the position 188. So pretty low in terms of coin earnings. I would only recommend you to get this pickup capsule if you want that last prize. None of these Tsums are real particularly any good. If you are looking for a combo mission Tsum, Elena is also good for that. But like I said, not great for coins. So for that reason, I would say skip this pickup capsule unless you want to get the last prize. Alright, and here's a quick snapshot of all of the Tsums that are going to be available for the month of February. And I'm also really liking that we're starting to get consistently a 3rd selection box. Let me know in the comments below how you guys feel about that. You guys are going to likely be spending more coins. Are you liking that you have more options to get different Tsums? I like that we have more options, but at the same time, I'm not sure how I feel about spending more coins on Tsums that aren't particularly any good. But if you are later joining the game a little bit later and you're trying to collect a bunch of different Tsums, then it might be good because you get more options. but none of these Tsums are particularly any good for the month of February. So unfortunately, I would say skip unless you are trying to get Leona Kingscholar or any of the top coin earners. Really, this month is probably a month where you will try to save up your coins. But I am excited to see some of the new Tsums, how they perform. I heard some of them might be pretty good, so we'll take a look at them when they get released. So that's pretty much it. I hope that you guys found this video helpful or at least entertaining. And if you would like to see more Tsum Tsum content just like this, don't forget to subscribe. And as always, thank you so much for watching.